Fox 4 Rising.
It's now a matter of hours until Officer Amy Young gets a potential six-figure settlement to leave the Naples police force. Good Tuesday morning. Thank you for watching Fox 4 Rising. I'm Miriam Zamorano.
And I'm Kelly Dame. Officer Amy Young was shot by fellow officer Dave Monroy in July, who was also her boyfriend, at their Lee County home. Monroy then killed himself. Well, today, Naples City Council members are expected to finalize a settlement with Young for her to leave the force. Fox 4 Rising's Julian Glover is live in Naples with what we can expect today. Good morning, Julian.
Yeah, good morning to you, Kelly and Miriam. Inside of this 8-page document, the city of Naples outlines the six-figure settlement disability package and also pension package that they are expected to approve today for Sergeant Amy Young, a former police officer with the Naples Police Department. Now, this settlement would effectively sever all ties between Sergeant Amy Young and the Naples Police Department. Of course, she has been the subject of much discussion in several news headlines after a domestic dispute broke out in her Lakes of Estero home back in July of last year involving her boyfriend, also a Naples cop, Detective David Monroy. Now, a Lee County investigation from the Lee County Sheriff's Department revealed that David Monroy reportedly shot Amy Young and then turned the gun on himself, killing himself. And now Amy Young has not been able to return to work since. And, quote, it listed inside of the settlement agreement, it says that Young suffered severe debilitating injuries that may affect her ability to do her job effectively as a police officer. So that's why the city of Naples and also Young are looking to settle what could be any future lawsuits at this point. Now, even if the council approves today's settlement, which they are expected to do, a subsequent police pension board would have to review the case, and they would have to decide on whether or not they will be approving that lifetime disability pension, disability payment, and also pension that Young is also looking for. So a lot of different elements to this story. We'll cover all of them. We'll be inside of the meeting later on at 8:30 this morning. We'll let you know what happens on air, online, of course, tonight at Fox 4 News at 6, 10, and 11. For now, we're live in Naples this morning. Julian Glover, Fox 4 Rising.
All right, we look forward to that. Thanks for that report, Julian.
Time now is 6:03. Cape Coral High School grad turned NFL star Nate Allen has been subsequently detained, according to the Fort Myers Police Department. Sources confirming to Fox 4, Fort Myers police are investigating the Philadelphia Eagles' safety. Police aren't releasing any details, though, about why he's being detained. Nate Allen graduated from Cape Coral High School in 2006. He played college football at the University of South Florida before being drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles in 2010. 4 in your corner will stay on top of this developing story. We'll continue to bring you any new information we receive.
Fort Myers City Council will be voting today on whether to allow early voting. On January 23rd, City Council passed a resolution outlining the details for the special primary election to fill the Ward 3 seat left vacant after Christine Matthews' sudden resignation in December. Well, Councilman Tom Leonardo explains that since this is a special election, it had to be scheduled within 30 days. And in the rush to make that happen, the idea of early voting for this election never came up. Leonardo says they'll be voting at today's meeting on whether to offer earlier voting or opt out. He says he's in favor of early voting, and 3 other council members we spoke to are as well.
Well, new this morning, crews are investigating a water main break in Charlotte County. According to the sheriff's office, an underground water line ruptured right near the intersection of Tamiami Trail and Dow Road, right near Luigi's Restaurant. Crews were working on repairs late last night. We'll keep you updated on what the situation will be for this morning. Another big story is the weather. A winter storm is cooling down some southern states.
It's just on repeat, right? Just another part of the country, though. A state of emergency has been declared in Tennessee, where emergency officials have asked the National Guard to deploy a 10-person crew with Humvees to check for stranded motorists. Meanwhile, the federal government has closed its offices in Washington, D.C. today, where a winter storm warning is in effect until noon. The National Weather Service is predicting 6 to 8 inches of snow. Well, a Washington, D.C. flight out of RSW has been canceled for this morning. And if you're traveling to other parts of the country, flights seem to be on time. But we do want to tell you some flights coming into RSW are canceled from all over, like Baltimore, Nashville, D.C., New York. The list goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, nasty weather that they're dealing with. That icy mix, too, right across the Carolinas.
Right now, taking a look at Storm Patrol 4 Doppler radar. You can see the last frame here, everything kind of goes back to that rain, but I did just check with New York City, still getting snow at this hour, temperature at about 15 degrees. That icy mix are really causing problems right through North Carolina. Looks as though much of South Carolina getting rainfall right now, but then up towards Boston, New York City, Delmarva area, coming in with the snow showers. It looks like the heart of this will move out into the Atlantic and probably just clip parts of Boston. They may pick up a little bit of snowfall, but certainly not anticipating heavy snowfall for folks there in the hub. And New York City dealing with the snow showers right now, Long Island, and even parts of New Jersey. Back over to southwest Florida. Here we go. Mid-60s, some high-level clouds drifting by. Going to get some rain going. Probably just spotty showers at 5 o'clock, but shouldn't take much longer than that to get the rain to intensify for the evening hours and the overnight hours. Southwest winds also coming along with this front from 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll get into the mid-70s easily for today. And just about everybody in the 60s. 59 for Golden Gate, 65 Cape Coral, Palmdale, 61 Arcadia at 60 right now. And here we are with the satellite and the radar. Just some high-level clouds now. Rainfall still well to the north of us. Cold front and that deep trough and the upper-level winds and the cold air approaching the southeast. Taking a look at what's expected for Friday morning and that core of Arctic air driving south right into the eastern half, eastern third of the country. And the updated numbers, Orlando, instead of 32 for a low, will be at about 36. So we can probably interpolate that. We may be closer to an upper 30 rather than a mid 30 at that time. But Friday morning, no matter how you slice it, it's going to be a cold start to the day. And here we are with your Storm Patrol forecast. At 8 o'clock, the cold front, the showers, the downpour still well to the north of us, but everything starts to progress to the south. 5 o'clock, again, probably some spotty showers closing in on southwest Florida. And then for the evening overnight time frame, that's our best chance for the rain around here. And it continues right into your Wednesday morning. So mid-70s with the clouds on the increase this morning, evening scattered rain and windy, and the rain continuing overnight. That's your Storm Patrol 4 weather forecast.
Now, on-time traffic brought to you by Associates and Bruce L. Shiner, attorneys for the injured.
Well, everybody, just call me Polly because I feel like a parrot. Nothing going on out there. I'll say it yet again. Everything is looking really good. Look at 82's running well, 75, 41. I don't have a single crash, no disabled vehicles, no construction. Nothing's happening out there. So if you're making your way out to work, you will encounter very little. So everything's good. We'll send it back to the desk.
Okay, January, thank you. 6:08 now, brand new this morning. The White House says the Justice Department will appeal a federal judge's ruling, which temporarily blocked President Barack Obama's executive action on immigration. Yesterday, a U.S. district judge in Texas issued a temporary injunction, giving a coalition of 26 states time to pursue a lawsuit that aims to permanently stop the orders. The ruling puts on hold the president's orders that could spare as many as 5 million people who are in the U.S. illegally from deportation. Well, check out this incredible video of an explosion in West Virginia. 2 water treatment plants have been shut down and hundreds of families are out of their homes after a train pulling more than 100 tankers of crude oil derailed during a snowstorm in southern West Virginia. Officials say at least 14 tankers caught fire or exploded, and at least one ended up in a river. The train company says one person was being treated for potential inhalation issues, but no other injuries were reported. It may be the biggest bank heist ever. Hackers stealing about $1 billion from banks and ATMs around the world. That's according to a new report from an internet security firm. Researchers found at least 100 banks worldwide were hit, with some losing up to $10 million to the thieves. Now, we're told the hackers installed spying software on bank computers. They then used information from the spyware to mimic bank employees and transfer money to fake accounts. In other cases, they rigged ATMs to simply start spewing out cash. Now, most of the hackers are said to be based in Russia, China, Ukraine, and other parts of Europe.
6:10 this morning, a man accused of shooting up a parked car in Collier County, spending some time behind bars. Deputies say 26-year-old Fred Shiflett allegedly shot into a parked car, then took a shovel and broke the window. Deputies say it happened on Royal Cove Circle yesterday afternoon. No one was hurt, and deputies say Shiflett knew the car owner. So it is considered an isolated incident. He is now charged with aggravated battery and firing a gun in public. Fort Myers police identifying the man shot and killed on Valentine's Day outside of home on Dora Street. They say 19-year-old Reginald Bush Jr. died after being shot Saturday. No one has been arrested in this case. If you have any information, call Crime Stoppers, 1-800-780-TIPS.
New information this morning, a Fort Myers man getting his charges reduced after originally being charged with throwing a deadly missile after chucking a log at a speeding driver. 59-year-old James Williams was arrested last month, but yesterday he learned his charges went from a felony to a misdemeanor. He tells us he's been battling speeding drivers outside his home for years, even getting video of them and then reporting the cases to law enforcement. But now he says he's moving to North Carolina after calling Florida home for more than 20 years. 6:11 now, finishing the race. One runner doing everything possible to cross the finish line. More on this uplifting story coming up.
Plus, a Southwest Florida school board member is taking the reins of your child's education. How that board member is trying to set a standard across the state when it comes to getting action in Tallahassee.
Southwest Florida's morning news source. News with Miriam Zamorano and Kelly Day. Storm Patrol weather with meteorologist Jamie Cagle and January Keaton. Traffic. This is Fox 4 Rising. The only station, the only news team. Only one newscast good enough to be considered the best. Emmy winner and Edward R. Murrow winner for Best Newscast. The news that's in your corner. Fox 4 News at 10.
We're in your corner.
Fox 4 Rising, weekdays from 5 to 8 a.m.
The lightest or nothing. The smartest or nothing. The quietest or nothing. The sleekest, sexiest, baddest, safest, tightest, harshest or nothing. At Mercedes-Benz, we do things one way or we don't do them at all.
The 2015 C-Class.
The best or nothing.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
I got you the Rocky Mountain Scramble. She says I never take her anywhere.
This is your idea of a trip?
It's like a flavor vacation to Aspen Town.
Where are you going?
San Francisco stir fry.
So, separate trips.
Yeah.
Send me a postcard.
Get away from it all with Perkins Coast to Coast Classics. 7 delicious dishes that capture the nation's flavor. Perkins, breakfast and a whole lot more. And if you're hungry for a great deal, try Perkins' Great Plates menu. 14 tasty dishes, each from $4 to $8.
There's one community where having more doesn't cost more, and where family and friends come first. Ave Maria, home to 18 holes of championship golf, Del Webb's Oasis Club, and vibrant town center offering shopping and dining of every description. Home to Collier Family Farms for fresh organic produce. Home to you, with 31 floor plans and prices from the mid-100s, and all just minutes from Naples. Ave Maria, life made simple.
The trucks are rolling, bringing you H.H. Gregg's President's Day sale. Get up to 30% off store-wide. A 55-inch HD TV is just $3.98. Amana top-load washers and dryers are $2.99 each. A Frigidaire 4-piece kitchen package, all for just $19.49. Plus, no down payment, no interest for 24 months. Get truckloads of savings and get up to 30% off store-wide. Now at H.H. Gregg and hhgregg.com.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Here we are, taking a look through your Zoom 10 Skycam, the Charlotte Harbor Event and Conference Center in Punta Gorda. A nice, quiet start to our morning. We have some high-level clouds drifting by, and as we go to the 8 o'clock hour in your day part planner, you're going to see temperatures around that mid-60 mark. In fact, just about everybody is in the low 60s right now. One of the mildest starts to our day we've had in quite some time. On our way to the mid 70s and looking like we'll be mostly cloudy as we close in on the lunch hour. Southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour, and then looking for some rain to start in. Probably 4 or 5 o'clock. May start out as just a few spotty showers, but look for that rain to really pick up as we get into the 6 and 7 o'clock time frame coming in from the north. Right now, 63 degrees Fort Myers, 60 in Orlando, 58 for Tallahassee. Temperature dropping there, and look at that. Pensacola, 37 degrees. Cold front on the way. Dew points, a lot of 50s and 60s ahead of the front, 33 for Pensacola right now. And as we take a look outside, again, that front moving across the panhandle, the rain coming through, the clouds much heavier to the north of us. We have some high-level clouds drifting by right now. And the bigger picture showing us that that cold front and the trough and the upper level winds all dropping into the southern plains. It's all going to swing through the southeast over the next couple of days and bring us a shot of winter once again. Numbers outside right now, 2 below in Buffalo, Columbus, Ohio at 1 below, 16 above in Chicago, and Atlanta at 33. There's Orlando at 62 degrees. So again, a sharp temperature contrast where that front is located right now. And for Friday morning, deep trough in the upper level winds. And look at this core of very cold air pushing south. Atlanta will be down to 18. Orlando 36. Likely will be somewhere around an upper 30, maybe at 40 degrees for Friday morning. And here's the cold front for today. A lot of rain coming along with it and some upper level wind support to help generate some heavy downpours. All this drops south, and as we get closer to the dinner hour and into the evening hours, that's our best chance for rain. It is likely to continue into the overnight hours. Here's Wednesday at 5 a.m. Still tracking some showers tomorrow morning and rising and then clearing out nicely as we get into the early afternoon, and a lot of sunshine coming in behind it. Boating forecast, water temperature still at 65 degrees, south winds at 10 to 15 knots, and a moderate chop on those inland waters. 6 a.m. we have our low tide right now and a high tide at 1 o'clock this afternoon. 7-day forecast. Again, there go the temperatures Thursday morning, high of only 62 Thursday, waking up to about a 42. But again, this is the number we're keeping a very close eye on. We'll see if that doesn't trend to come up a little bit as we get closer to Friday. Otherwise, the weekend right now looks beautiful. That's your Storm Patrol 4 weather forecast.
Now, on-time traffic brought to you by Associates and Bruce L. Shiner, attorneys for the injured.
All right, everybody, we have a crash at Bonita Beach Road and Oakland Drive. This is in Bonita Springs as you head toward Collier County. Just know that there is no roadblock right now, no injuries being reported, and so far it's not causing any problems along Bonita Beach Road. This yellowing you see is pretty much standard for, this time of day for Bonita Beach. But other than that, everything looks really good out there. We'll send it on back.
All right, January, thank you. 6:18 now, no holding back. A newly elected Collier County School Board member is taking on the Florida School Board Association. She and 3 other school board members from across the state formed the Florida Coalition of School Board Members, saying they're frustrated with the association's decisions and how it relates local school boards' issues to state lawmakers. Donald says the coalition is focusing on 3 things: fiscal responsibility, parental choice, and involvement in professional development.
We felt like there was waning influence of school board members and school boards in Tallahassee.
Well, they plan on taking their message to lawmakers on March 11th. It's not your imagination. The streets actually are more congested this year. I know you've all been talking about that traffic. The latest numbers that do show good news for Florida's tourism industry. But first, 50 Shades of Anger. Why a trip to the movies gave some kids of several families an early dose of the birds and the bees, thanks to one popular movie. We'll have that story next in the Bumper the Brow. Stay with us at 6:19 now.
More addictive than crack or heroin, yet targeted to teens as sweet treats.
Cotton candy, bubble gum, and chocolate.
Kids and e-cigarettes, an alarming epidemic. Fox 4 with an urgent warning for parents. Wednesday on Fox 4 News at 10. Watch your favorite newscast anytime, anywhere on fox4now.com. Fox 4 in your corner with live streaming news from your desktop to your tablet or phone, keeping you up to the minute and in the know. fox4now.com.
Tummy trying to tell you something? Like it's Beef O'Brady's tacos on Tuesdays? Get 2 tacos. Choose chicken, steak, or fish with chips and salsa. Just $5.49 all day. Beef up your Tuesday at Beef O'Brady's.
The wreck completely changed my son's life forever. Now I've got an insurance company that doesn't seem to care.
That's because oftentimes they don't. If you've been injured, call Viles and Beckman. It won't cost you anything to see if we can help.
Imagine if you could predict an accident before it happened. Presenting the world's first car that warns you of a possible collision 2 cars ahead. Helping you avoid accidents you don't see coming. Lease the Infiniti Q50 for $309 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Classic roast beef. Classic beef and cheddar. Classic fish fillet. Mix and match any 2 of your favorite sandwiches for your favorite price. $5. Arby's. We have the meats.
Those are Toyotas. Those are AutoNation Toyotas. What's the difference? Based on Kelley Blue Book's fair purchase price, most people paid less for their cars at AutoNation. So drop on by.
Right now, get a new 2015 Corolla for $159 a month, or a new 2015 Camry for only $199 a month. AutoNation Toyota Fort Myers on Colonial and Fowler.
The fact is, most people pay less at AutoNation.
You call this value? I don't think so. Treat yourself to more with Beef O'Brady's value menu all day, every day from $6.49. Kick back and watch your favorite sports. Relax and recharge. Let Beefs put the U back in value.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to your Tuesday morning at 6:21. It is time for the bump or the brow. Let's bump it up, shall we, for a good deed story coming your way. Wait till you see this video.
And Jamie gives the brow for his favorite movie and questionable stories.
He wants to give it the bump, though.
50 Shades of Holy Cow.
At the very tip top of his lungs, everybody. All right, well, if you need some inspiration this morning, this next story should do it. A marathon runner running the Austin Marathon is seen crawling on the pavement in order to cross the finish line. Now, medical crews and race staff were cheering her on and ready to assist her. The runner came in third place for the marathon despite being on her hands and knees. She was taken to a medical tent after, get this, she was crawling because she had low blood sugar.
Wow, that's amazing.
She made it to the 26-mile, and then she just started, petering out, and then just went to her knees. And they kept saying, well, we'll cross the line with you. We'll give you a wheelchair. And she said, nope.
No, I want to do it on my own.
She's doing it on her own.
And came in third.
I know, that's the thing.
And you've done these marathons before, and she's in great shape. And, it looks like she's probably done several marathons before, too. And so it's like, it shows how tough these things really are.
It does. She still finished with like 2 hours and 40-something minutes, which is insane.
That's what we're hoping for our half marathon, right?
I'm going to take longer than that. So,
Wow.
So,
and they can't touch her until she crosses the line. Isn't that the official ruling?
They can't help her, aid her.
Right. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right, folks, here you go with your brow this morning. It's going to a drive-in movie theater in Northern California after a family's night out at the movies gets 50 Shades of Uncomfortable. A family loaded up their car to take the kids to see the SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water. The drive-in theater has two screens. One faces north and one faces west, but both kind of in the same general direction, if you catch my drift. And the not-so-kid-friendly movie, 50 Shades of Grey, was playing on the other screen. One parent says the kids were instructed on covering their eyes, and she saw other parents kind of implementing the same rule. She complained to employees, and they understood her concerns, and believe it or not, other parents complained too. The family ended up just leaving before credits.
So tell us what this movie is like.
Well, I will give you my official review.
And not SpongeBob.
It sounds like a kid-friendly movie, isn't it? This 50 Shades of Grey.
I know nothing about SpongeBob SquarePants, but 50 Shades of Grey was it was interesting. There were other couples in the theater.
I bet.
But it wasn't packed. But they had several planes that day.
But
7,
this is
7:30, 8:30.
Obviously, there are many scenes that are not suitable for children.
Right.
Oh, no. No.
So, SpongeBob Dirty Pants. Yeah. Basically.
Is that Jamie's new nickname?
That's his nickname.
It's very appropriate. He's been a changed man since watching that movie.
Oh, man. It brings a whole new meaning to the term man cave if you see that movie. Here we go, folks. To the day part forecast. Mid-60s, some high-level clouds overhead. On our way to a cloudy sky later today. Showers starting to come in from the Gulf of Mexico. Southwest winds at 10 to 20 miles per hour. But as we work our way into the evening and overnight hours, an even better chance of rain, some heavy downpours. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few claps of thunder out there. And nearly everybody in the 60s. Golden Gate, the only holdout, 59 right now. And as we take a look outside again, this cold front's going to be moving across the panhandle today. A good round of showers ahead of it, some heavy downpours embedded with it. But right now, just high-level clouds for us. And as that cold front approaches, a deep trough in the upper level winds, all of it driving towards Florida for the next couple of days. So we will feel a cool down as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. And by Friday morning, just that deep core of cold air pushing south. Atlanta 18, Orlando 36 degrees, the forecasted temperature Friday morning. That is likely to be their low, and our low may not be too far off from that. Right now, as we go to 8 o'clock this morning, there's the cold front, the showers, everything streaming along from southwest to northeast with this front, and you can see how the rain picks up after the dinner hour for us and continues into the overnight hours, and many models agree with that time frame there. Wednesday morning still tracking some showers. Wednesday afternoon clearing out nicely. Here's your forecast for today, mid-70s, and again the evening rain, but clouds on the increase through these late morning, early afternoon hours. The rain will continue overnight. That's your Storm Patrol 4 weather forecast.
Now, on-time traffic brought to you by Associates and Bruce L. Shiner, attorneys for the injured.
All right, everybody. We only have one crash. It's at Bonita Beach Road. This is in Bonita Springs. It's at Oakland Drive. This is kind of just west of I-75. No injuries are reported, and it's not blocking anything. And so far, Bonita Beach and 75 are both moving along just fine. There's a little bit of yellowing there as you approach 75, but it's nothing that you need to leave any extra minutes for. So far, it is very quickly being cleaned up. Other than that, everything looks good. We'll send it back.
Okay, January, thank you. Well, living with wildlife, that's an everyday thing for Floridians, right? But it can also be dangerous. Why wildlife is to blame for a Southwest Florida house fire and the warning fire crews have for you.
But first, will taxpayers be on the hook for a 6-figure buyout to Naples Police Sergeant Amy Young? That's the question in front of Naples council members this morning. We're going to have a look at what's on the table for you coming up next.
This segment of Fox 4 Rising is brought to you by Mother Earth Natural Foods.
Get